the red wine, Genevieve. Leonora. It's full of wine. Eduardo, fill the lady's glasses. It certainly is a keen cold morning. I used to go skating with fathers in mornings like this. And Mother would come back from church saying...
I know. Saying such a splendid sermon. I cried and cried.
Why did she cry, dear?
That generation always cried at sermons. It was their way.
But you Genevieve?
Well, yes. They had had to go since they were children. And I suppose it reminded them of their fathers and mothers. As do Christmas dinners do us. Especially in an old house like this.
It really is pretty old, Charles. And so ugly. With all that ironwork filigree. And that dreadful cupola.
Charles! You're not going to change the house?
No, no. I won't. But great heavens. It's 50 years old. This spring, we'll remove the cupola and we'll build a new wing towards the tennis courts.
And then couldn't we ask your dear old cousin Ermengarde to come and live with us? She's really the self-effacing kind.
But ask her now. Take her out the first grade.
We only seem to think of her on Christmas Day, with her Christmas cards staring us in the face.
Another boy! Another boy! Here's a Roderick for you at last.
Roderick Brandon Bayard. A regular little fighter.
Good night, darling. Don't grow up too fast. Stay just as you are. Yes, stay just as you are. Thank you, Nicholas.
Stay just as you are.
Now I have 3 children. 1, 2, 3. 2 boys and a girl. I'm collecting them. It's very exciting. What's that, Hilda? Oh, Cousin Ermengarde's come. Do come in, cousin. It is such a great pleasure to be with you all.
Cousin? The twins have taken a great fancy to you already, cousin.
That's the twins. The baby went to her at once.
Well, exactly how we related, Cousin Ermengarde. There, Genevieve. Now, that's your speciality. But first, a little more turkey and stuffing. Cranberry sauce, anybody?
Yes, I can say. Grandmother Bayard
Your
was...
grandmother Bayard was the second cousin of my grandmother Haskins, through the Wainwrights.
Well, it's all in a book somewhere upstairs. All this kind of thing is awfully interesting.
Nonsense. There are no such books. I collect my notes of gravestones, and you have to scrape a great deal of moss, let me tell you, to find at least one good grandparent.
Well, there is a story about my grandmother Bayard crossed the Mississippi on a raft before there were any bridges or ferry boats. My, time do goes quick in such a great new country like this.
Well, time must be passing very slowly in Europe. There's this dreadful, dreadful war going on.
Perhaps an occasional war isn't such a bad thing after all. It clears up a lot of poison that collects in nations.
Oh, dear, dear.
It's like a boil, I tell you. Like a boil. Oh, there are the twins.
Isn't Mother?
Let's get a look at you.
Mana, don't let Roddy fool me ma stampa album.
Now, son, do write a letter once in a while. Do be a good boy about that, mind.
Cousin Ermengarde, you must send some of those cake of yours once in a while.
I certainly will, my dear boy.
If you need any money, We have agents in Paris and London, remember?
Now, Sam, do be a good boy.
Well, goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Spoke to Mrs. Fairchild this morning coming out of church. Her rheumatism is a little bit better, she says. It was an admirable sermon. Our glass stained window looked so beautiful. So beautiful, you know. Everybody spoke of it. He's so affectionate of Sammy. Forgive me, Leonora. But it is better to speak of him than not to speak of him. When we're all thinking of him so hard.
He was a mere boy! He was a mere boy, Charles!
My dear, my dear.
I want to tell him how wonderful he was. We let him go so casually. I want to tell him how we all feel about him. Oh, forgive me. Let me walk about a minute. Yes, of course, Eleanor, it's best to speak to him.
Isn't there anything I can do?
No. No. Only the passing of time. Only the passing of time can help in these things.
What's the matter anyway? What are you so glum about? The skating was fine today.
Sit down, young man. I have something to say to you.
Everybody was there. Lucia skated in the corners with Dan Creighton the whole time. When will it be, Lucia? When will it be?
I don't know what you mean.
Lucia's leaving us soon, Mother. Dan Creighton, of all people.
Patrick!
Yes, Father?
I have something to say to you. Is it true that you made yourself conspicuous at the country club last night at a Christmas Eve dance too?
Now, Charles, I beg of you. This is Christmas dinner.
No, I didn't.
Really, Father, he didn't. It was a dreadful Johnny Lewis.
I don't want to know about Johnny Lewis. I want to know whether a son of mine,
Charles, I beg of you.
the first family of the city,
What did I do? What did I do that was wrong?
you were drunk and you were rude to the daughters of my best friend.
Nothing in this world deserves a scene like this, Charles. I'm ashamed of you.
I hate this town and everything about it. I always did.
Behave like a spoiled puppy, sir. An ill-bred spoiled puppy!
Great God. You've got to get drunk in this town to forget how dull it is. Time passes so slowly here that it stands still. That's what's the trouble.
We can employ your time, sir. You will leave the university and come into the buyout factory on January the 2nd.
I've better things to do than go into your factory. I'm going somewhere where time passes.